Hey everyone, Amber from the Vault here. Welcome to Medieval Dynasty. We're going to go ahead and jump into this in just a second here. But before we do, I just wanted to let you guys know this is a game I've talked a bit about really loving, and I wanted to go ahead and play it here on the channel. But I'm going to be totally upfront with you guys. I have a game that I love. I've been playing forever. I'm actually playing the Dynasty mechanic, but I'm going to start completely over. But it does mean that I know a lot of like the beginning of the story. I'm still going to go through with everything. But I just want to give you a heads up. If you want a completely blind playthrough, this is not going to be it. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go ahead and select new game, customize game, and then here we're going to take just a quick peek at what we can customize in this game. One of the things I love about it is that it is infinitely customizable. I really like that. So personally, I like to have longer seasons. So I like to go 6 days. Also, if you know me, you know that I would love to put on unlimited carry weight. I am very tempted to do that right now because I prefer to play the game that way. I'm not going to, though. I am going to put on fast crafting and fast building, though, because it is very boring to watch those in an actual gameplay. I'm not going to put on, unlimited carry weight right now, but just know that deep down I want to. Let's go.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks, I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Alright, so here we are. We're about to start our new life. Oh, I'm so tempted to just collect everything I see. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to try to play the game as the game was intended. Alright, so let's go ahead and go talk to the Castellan. Yes, I had to look up how to say that word, because I'm terrible at pronouncing things that are not Bob. What can I say? I'm an American. That's how we talk. I'm going to try not to sprint, but I'm going to be honest. It's so hard not to. This game is just really, really gorgeous. I really love looking at it. Hopefully, I actually recorded multiple hours of playing this game, but found out after I recorded it that the quality was shit. I don't know what happened. I have no idea why it was so bad, but it was really bad. And I had to go through, for days I've been messing around with OBS trying to figure out how to make it look better, and I finally think it looks okay, so hopefully it's looking good for you guys. I apologize, I totally restarted the game. I was like so excited. So this is actually the second time I've replayed the game lately. So I double now know a lot of the things that are in here. That's okay. I still think it's a game that's worth replaying. Let's see. Are you inside? Haha, there we go. All right. And there are no voices in this game, so you're going to have to deal with me reading everything. I apologize ahead of time. Also, remember, I cannot pronounce anything. So here it goes. All right. Those eyes, I didn't think I'd see them again. One blue as the sky and the other black like a lump of coal. Okay, our options are you all right? You look like you've seen a ghost, or that's funny, my grandmother used to describe them exactly the same way. We'll go with that. So you're not a ghost. Good. For a second there, I thought I'd lost it. But your eyes, you look just like him. Sorry, you must have me mistaken with someone. I'm actually new in these parts. Just arrived at the valley, actually. My name is Racemir. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Jordan's nephew? What? Did you know my mother? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. Jordan wanted to keep his family separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait, what did you mean by did I know her? Is she well? I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. I guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. Okay, remember, we're only like 18. All right, so it's okay. They've died so I could live, and I plan to make the best of this life that I can in order to honor their sacrifice. Or we could say, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. We're going to go with the first one. That's very mature of you. I'm sure they'd be proud hearing that. You mentioned my uncle, Jordan. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Racemir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your uncle Jordan is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. And our options are, so that's it? I'm the only one left? Or, oh no, that can't be. What happened? We're gonna go with the first one, but also, why are you sorry? We didn't know him. Like, I don't know. Don't say that. Hey, look at me. This valley is filled with warm-hearted people who can gladly aid you with whatever you need. And I'm one of them. So what should I do now? You're free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castellan to build and farm, on any unutilized land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that, I can take the land free of charge? Well, you'd have to pay taxes to the king annually, but apart from that, you are free to do as you please, as long as you don't break the law, of course. Or at least, you don't get caught doing so. We'll talk about that a lot in this game. That sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear it. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs. Then you can create a wooden hammer that will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. We're just going to listen. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gustovia and talk to my wife, Dobronesia. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished. Why wouldn't you feed him before he built the house? Anyway, and then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. Sounds like a plan to me. All right. And I am really bad. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. I've always said Unigos. It's probably something completely different. I apologize. Let me know in the comments if you think that there's a different way to pronounce it. But also remember that I bulk record, so it might take me 6 or 7 videos to fix it. So, all right. So we know how to collect resources. I will show you that I know how to collect resources very quickly here, because I love doing it. I'm a big fan of just collecting things. This game and I have a story that is complicated because someone really loves to collect shit, and this game you quickly become over encumbered, so I have to be pretty careful with it. I very quickly become over encumbered in this one. It's worth it though. Also, we are gonna go ahead and build a house. We'll like do this whole. We'll do all the missions, basically. We'll get set up. We'll build the settlement. We'll do all that stuff if you guys are interested in it. But I do want you to know that I am not going to build anywhere near this area. So when I first played this game, I think because, I first started the game, I had actually built my settlement like right over there. We're going to get rid of those. If you want to read those, go ahead and pause it, but they're just game mechanics. I built it like right close to Gustovia because my thought was, oh, I want to be close to the place that we're doing all the missions. And then I figured out that it was a shitty place to build a village. So I had to like move all of my shit. I had to tear down every single house and rebuild it in a new area. So we're not going to do that this time. So it's going to be a little weird because even though we're just kind of starting out in the game, I'm going to move like way the hell out on the map. And I'll show you guys in a second where we'll actually be building our house. Yes, I know I have enough to already make the axe, but I like picking up a little extra stuff. Aha! Plus, there are some mushrooms, and I want the mushrooms. Perfect. Okay. So now we should be able to make an axe. So with fast crafting, what it does is it allows you to make more than one thing at once. and it only makes you actually go through the process once. So if I wanted to make like 10 stone knives, I only have to do it once, which is really nice. That's why I turned it on though, because honestly, it is a waste of time to sit here and make a stack of knives one at a time. Like, I don't even know why the game is designed that way. I get that it's supposed to be like allowing you to actually test your ability to survive and all that, but you know, it's one of those games. I like that, but I don't know. I need it to be a little bit more simple for me. All right, so stone axe. I actually don't like my axe to be on 1. It needs to be on 2, and my knife needs to be on 1. We're gonna go cut down some dang trees. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you cut down trees in this game is that if you cut down a tree, it's gone. Like, that tree will not regrow for quite a few in-game, like, seasons. So you don't want to cut down and completely clear cut an area. I did this when I first started playing because I thought, oh, well, you know, they'll probably regrow or, you know, whatever. It takes forever. So I actually deforested an entire area and it made it look ugly. I'm not gonna lie. It made it look sad. Every time I would go play in that part of the game, I would just be like, oh, I just destroyed all the trees. So it's very realistic in that way, I guess you could say. Okay, we're gonna make a shovel. I know it didn't tell us to, but like I said before, I've already played so much of this game that I kind of know what I like to do and what I want to do first. Because if we have one, we can also pull out the log. And by pulling out the log, we get pulling out the stump, excuse me, we get an extra log, which is totally worth it. So, okay. We are already starting to become over encumbered. I was going to show you and then realized that I can't. I was going to try to point to it with my mouse. We're already over encumbered. So, what was I trying to say? Oh, God, I'm an idiot. In the lower left-hand corner of the screen there, you can see that we're over encumbered. All right, so I'm going to pull up the map. This is actually where I like to build my settlement. So you can see we are quite a bit away from that. We are actually going to be closer to Rolnica or Denica or Denica. I'm not sure how to say it. But one thing we'll have to do is actually travel that way. One cool thing about this game is when you are walking around, you might just find like lost shipments and stuff like that. Eventually the game is going to give you bandits that will attack you. I think it's the first 2 years you don't have to worry about bandits. So for like the first 8 seasons, but eventually you have to worry about bandits attacking you and shit, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I got most of the stuff that I used in this game, like the backpacks and most of my gear from killing bandits eventually, because it's worth doing, you know? But for the first couple years, what's great is if you go ahead and run the roads or travel the roads, you'll actually run into just like a free shit ton of stuff that's just lost shipments or lumber camps and that kind of stuff. So I always try to make an effort to walk as many of the roads, if not all of them, in the first 8 seasons. It's going to take us a long time to get to the spot that we're actually going to build our house. In the meantime, if you look in the top left-hand corner, it keeps putting, you know, like there, discovered animal spot rabbit. What's really cool about this is if you want to go hunting, now your map is populated with what animals are in that area. It's so helpful. So helpful. And I've done a lot of thinking about how I want to record this game because the problem is a lot of it is traveling. So there's no fast travel system that you can do from your map. Oh, we're coming up on a logging camp. Oh, thank God. Except this is going to suck because I'm going to have to drop some stuff or I'm going to have to figure out what to do. Because these logs are going to put me over the weight. But there's no like fast travel system from your map. So you do have to be pretty careful about like traveling from one space to the other. Like I'm not going to do it this slowly. So what I'll probably have to do is make some things, which isn't a bad thing, but it can get really annoying. But I've been thinking a lot about how I want to actually play the game. And I think what I'll do is when I'm running between 2 locations, I'll just go ahead and jump out, like stop recording, and then I'll come back once I've actually gotten to that place, just to make it a little bit easier. I don't really want to bore people watching me just run from one place to the next. Wooden spears are good because you use those for hunting. So I'm going to make a few. This will also help us bring down our carry weight because I really need to bring down our carry weight. Might have to leave some stuff behind, which isn't the end of the world, but it sucks. I don't really want to leave anything behind right now. Go. Yeah, see, we're having trouble walking. But I also want to keep a lot of this stuff because it's good shit. Like, this is good stuff for us to have. But this is what I mean by, like, you'll come across certain things at certain times. This is also why I use unlimited carry weight when I play by myself. Because, let's be honest, I want to keep all this shit, and it's useful to have. But I'm starting to... Oh, boy, we're going to have to do something. So, I think what I'll do is make a few more things. We'll see if we can get our weight down to a decent amount. Things I use a lot, so like wooden spears and stuff. Alright. This is still pretty damn slow. I can kind of tolerate it. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I think that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of travel between the spots, and then what I'll do is come in or come back on screen if I find something cool to show you guys. But until then, I think maybe that's the way to go. This is going to take so long. I'm probably going to have to do some more dumping stuff, or I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking about whether I really want to be able to walk this slowly. Let's see, do we have something down there? Is that just a rock? Oh, yeah, here we go. So here's some barrels. You really got to keep your eye out. Love this. I love this game so much. All right. Oof. Oof. That does not help. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and travel over to the spot that I would build my house. I apologize already about... Oh, wait. Wait. I see something in the distance. This is one of the broken down... Oh, gosh. There's so many good things in the first 8 seasons. I'm so excited. There's these random, like, lost shipments. Remember I talked about it earlier? Well, this is another one. Oh, man. I'm really going to have to leave some stuff behind. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but oh, I hate having to leave things behind. Let me know how you guys would prefer to watch this video too. Do you care if I use unlimited carry weight? Like, is that a thing anyone cares about? Is that just me? Do I just assume people care about that and y'all actually don't? Because if you don't, I'm going to be honest, I might just use unlimited carry weight. But I also want to be like, I don't know, I want people to know that I can play the game the way it was made. All right, I'm gonna make some firewood. All right, so I'm gonna go off screen. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, so I was running. We're pretty close. You can see we're about 400 meters out. I did run into another pile of logs. Here's the deal. I can't pick these up unless I put on unlimited carry weight, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave them here, but I do want to just real quick on my map. I want to mark it, but I also can't because you can only have one waypoint at a time. So what I'm going to do is just kind of like note this in my head. All right, and we'll come back here. So, all right, I'll see you in a second again.